We're on the go at SASportsStar.com. We've made it to the halfway point of the week. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Mike Jimenez here, hanging out with James Pledger. We're doing sports, pop culture, and nostalgia till 2 o'clock. Pledge, how you doing?
Sports, pop culture, nostalgia, and possibly blasphemy.
Blasphemy on a couple of fronts here. One's going to involve the Spurs, and one's going to involve Whataburger. Now, the slander is not coming from me. I made up with Chick-fil-A this week. I was accused of Chick-fil-A slander for so long, for like 2 or 3 months. And I will admit some of what I said was a little bit rude. But today, I asked you on the way into the station, would you like me to get you lunch, Pledge?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You've been busy with Dallas Cowboys coverage, and I was a bit of a diva today when it came to all the things I wanted for my show. So I recognized that, and I offered to buy you lunch. You asked me to go to Whataburger. You sat down right next to me right before the show, and 15 minutes ago, as you were chomping down on your burger, you spoke some Whataburger slander that I cannot believe you said. What did you say?
I just wondered, am I the only one who's not a fan of Whataburger ketchup?
What? Okay, the city of San Antonio is looking at you right now, listening to you right now, thinking, what is he talking about? Whataburger ketchup?
Yeah.
You are opposed to Whataburger ketchup.
I'm not opposed. I just don't see what the big deal is. It's ketchup. It's maybe a little sweeter, and the spicy's just ketchup with pepper, I think.
You said something to the effect of, I don't want to ruin my fries with this ketchup.
Oh yeah,
Oh
no,
my
I'm
God.
not gonna ruin my fries with that ketchup. That is for dang sure. But I know they've got their own ketchups that go in the grocery stores now. But if I'm being honest,
Okay, you can buy Whataburger condiments. We're talking about ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise over at HEB. I cannot believe
is
you
the
speak.
mayonnaise and mustard different too?
And I think honey mustard as well. It is different. Okay, it is different.
Really?
And I welcome the slander on this show. It's a hot take. I really appreciate it. And Pledge, I'm going to let you know this. I second the slander.
Yes.
I second it. Completely overrated. Don't get me wrong. The novelty was fine when it first came out and I found it at HEB. And I'm like, oh, we got the HEB ketchup. We got the ketchup from Whataburger and we could squeeze it out at home, right? The mustard at home. Dude, about 2 or 3 months ago, I felt the exact same way as you, Pledge. I just basically said, I'm done with this. Like, I want French's mustard. I want Heinz ketchup. I want Miracle Whip. And I've got Whataburger condiments in big bottles just rotting inside of my refrigerator right now. I second the slander.
I was unaware that there were others that just thought the ketchup was like the fries are obviously that's the peak. Their fries, especially when fresh, are second to none.
Their Burger Boy is up there, man.
You like crinkles?
Yes, I do like the
See,
crinkles.
I hate the thickness of it because then it's just like a mashed potato in the middle.
I'm a steak fry kind of guy. So you can take me to Red Robin. I'm a happy guy because it's like bottomless steak fries. But man, the slander for Whataburger today, because I've gone against Whataburger recently because the drive-through lines have taken so long recently and things have kind of changed a bit. It's still good though. I'll take Whataburger over In-N-Out. But man, it's not like what it used to be when I was a kid. But reach out to me on Twitter. I'm at Mike ESPNSA. Pledger's at I Am Pledger. Do you agree? Or are we slandering Whataburger with no reason? Are the condiments really that good? Are they that much better than French's mustard? Are they that much better than Heinz ketchup? Kielbasa Bacon phone lines are also open at 656 ESPN. Again, 656 ESPN. You know, San Antonio Spurs, you should take note. What the Dallas Cowboys did to San Antonio Sports Star yesterday, you should take note. Yesterday, on the Blitz, within about an hour, Jason Minix and Joe Reinagle interviewed owner Jerry Jones, interviewed Stephen Jones, and star Dak Prescott. all within an hour, rolled out the red carpet. That is how you treat the media right there. That is how you let players and teams fall in love, right? The fans fall in love with them. And that's the thing about it, is that right now I'm taking a look at what is going on in Oxnard, California. By the way, we have a lot of coverage that you can see on sasportstar.com. You can listen to it on R&R in the morning. They're live from Oxnard, California. The same goes for the Blitz from 4 to 7. The Cowboys earlier this week were announced to be the most wealthy or the most important or the richest franchise, I guess you could say, in the world, by far over the New York Yankees, over the LA Lakers. And I'm trying to figure it out because the Cowboys, like it or not, they are considered to be America's team, but they haven't won anything of significance in almost 30 years. It's been a long time since 1996. So that being said, I always question, why are they so popular? Why? It's been a long time since they've actually done anything relevant. Maybe, just maybe, it's because the Cowboys, from a PR standpoint, do a very, very good job of letting you know who those players are, who the coaches are, and they give fans access.
It's amazing. The access that they give is unprecedented. And I started thinking about this almost right before we went on the air. And I was like, it's amazing what happened yesterday. In the process of an hour, we got Jerry, Stephen, and Dak, like probably three of the biggest names you could possibly get with the Dallas Cowboys. And I asked you, can we talk about, and you cut me off.
Yeah, you were 6 words into it. I knew where you were going. I was like, oh my God, the Spurs need to do this. The Spurs need to do this because, we take a look. We're staring down the barrel right now of an awful Spurs season. The predictions by Vegas, the odds are 23.5 wins. I say 19. The Spurs are going 19-63 next year. So because of that, maybe, just maybe, it would be good for the San Antonio Spurs to allow us to at least know the players so that we can cheer for these players and go to the games. That's the problem. No one's going to the games when the Spurs are losing because we don't know who they are. Lonnie Walker left this year, right? The Spurs refused to sign him. He signed as a free agent with the Lakers. What do we know about Lonnie? Can we recognize his voice? I'm sure he's a good guy and all. DeJounte Murray traded to the Hawks. We didn't know DeJounte Murray. He was here for like 5 years. Bye, guys. He was here for 5 years. We didn't know who he was.
That was Lonnie, by the way.
Oh, that was Lonnie. Okay.
Bye, guys.
It's amazing how bad the Spurs are at PR. They absolutely suck at public relations. And it's fine to have the Spurs way when the Spurs are winning titles and the Spurs are winning 50 games a season. But when you're going to be 19-63, or last season when the Spurs barely won 30 games, had the worst record in over 25 years for the franchise, you've got to let us in. You've got to be talking to us. What's up, Pledge?
Here's the thing, because you said they suck at PR.
They do.
No, they are great at PR. They're doing exactly what they want to do. What they suck at is recognizing when they need to change their PR tactic, because there's a reason the Dallas Cowboys are one of the most profitable franchises in all of sports, despite the relevance.
We know who they are. Micah Parsons, we know who he is. We know who Dak Prescott is.
Trayvon Diggs. CeeDee Lamb.
Zeke Elliott. We know who they are. We go back in time with them, and they are accessible to the media, and they do other forms of media, whether it be podcasts or whatnot. And the Spurs right now are a vault, and that is not good anymore. That is not funny anymore. Okay, because again, when they're winning, we'll let it slide. When you're losing, you better open the door so that we can at least meet these players. I want to know who these young guys are. Jeremy Sohan said something funny about Russell Westbrook. And called them bricks. And man, that got clamped down real fast. But I think that's funny. It'd be great to have that conversation with the Jeremy Sohan about that. And people are driving around going, who the hell is Jeremy Sohan? Spurs got him at number 9 in the first round this year in the NBA draft. The Spurs have 3 rookies, 4 players that are 19 years old. We need to know who these guys are. I cannot remember one interview of Joshua Primo. Who is this guy? I mean, what do we know about Primo other than he played 1 season at Alabama and, he was the youngest player drafted last year. That's all I know about him. I don't know anybody on this team. It's hard to fall in love with a team when you don't know them, but the Cowboys do a really good job of selling t-shirts and selling their players. And because of that, they're valuable. Because of that, they are America's team. They have the most fans and they have the most haters. And props to the Dallas Cowboys for understanding how to actually market a team. San Antonio Spurs, pop in the front office, Brian Wright, R.C. Buford, take notes. The Cowboys do it right. You're doing it wrong. You want us to go to games? Let us know who we're cheering for. You want us to support you when the team is rebuilding or tanking? Let us know who you guys are so we can fall in love with certain players. I want to know who Devin Vassell is. How much do we really know about Keldon Johnson? Help us fall in love with these players because all we hear is nothing. All we see is nothing. Oh, I take that back. We do see something. We see pool parties in Austin. We see you guys requesting to play games in Austin, in Monterey, and away from the AT&T Center. That's what we're seeing.
Hey, don't forget the Alamo Dome too.
Well, yeah, nostalgic, I guess.
This is a show about nostalgia, is it not?
Kielbasa Bacon phone lines are open at 656 ESPN. I'll get off my high horse. Let's talk to James on line 1. Wants to get in on this Whataburger slander. Come on, man. Tell me about these condiments. Any good or not?
I do agree that the ketchup is pretty good, and so is the honey mustard. I wouldn't buy them for my home. For at home, I prefer Hunt's and French's products. But my biggest gripe about Whataburger is that I hate the onions they put on their burgers. And unfortunately, where I live, 9 times out of 10, no matter which Whataburger I go to, they always get my order wrong. Whether it's
they are the bizarro Chick-fil-A.
Apparently.
James, thanks for calling in. Bizarro Chick-fil-A. That's the funny thing about it is that, I love Whataburger. They're fine. Okay.
I love Whataburger.
They're fine.
Like I told you, outside of the one by your house, they're pretty expedient with how they get you your food.
Typically. But it's
you
funny.
You just have bad luck near your home, apparently.
We talk about the Chick-fil-A slander. One thing I will never slander them about is, man, they know who to hire. They hire people who love to work there and love where they're at and take pride in what they're doing. And you go to other restaurants, I'm not just going to single out Whataburger, but you go to a lot of other fast food chains, that just does not exist. But you know what? The people at Cane's seem to like working there. Kielbasa Bacon phone lines are open at 656 ESPN. I'm on Twitter at Mike ESPN SA.